buddies. Everyone has. Guys and girls have buddies.
Yeah.
Almost everyone I know has had one in the
Pals, everybody has folks and young ladies. Have pals, definitely nearly everybody I know has had one previously on the off chance that you can make $1,000 an hour beating folks off. Better believe it began as like a did you had any idea about that there are few exceptionally questionable remarks as of late made by Joe Rogan about the mysterious gay culture in Hollywood. As per Rogan, more seasoned, more settled entertainers and tutors pressure new youthful entertainers into unseemly gay connections and energize counterfeit conduct. Rogan claims the outcomes in a development of fury and disdain in these entertainers, in the end transforming them into antagonists and dictators in the business. We should separate these stunning charges by Rogan and see what proof there is to back them up. Rogan's underlying remarks on a new digital broadcast. Rogan guaranteed that when he initially came to Hollywood, he was confused when more established entertainers needed to be companions with him. Rogan expected they should be gay, since he was unable to comprehend the reason why more established male entertainers would need to be companions with a young fellow such as himself in any case, as would be natural for Rogan. When Joe needed to be companions with me, I resembled you should be gay. Like how could you need to be companions with another man that didn't sound good to me? When Joe needed to be companions with me, I resembled you should be gay. Like how could you need to be companions with another man that didn't sound good to me? And afterward Joe never attempted to kiss me. One Rogan proceeded to express that while these more seasoned guides never made direct advances on him, he accepts unseemly way of behaving was uncontrolled in view of reports he heard with more seasoned entertainers laying down with youthful upand coming ability. Rogan declared it came out he was banging the person with the huge block, very much like some confidential. So it's happened forever and ever. He goes, yet it's nothing, it's for the most part where folks hang out. Didn't they say that regard everyone? People gracious, better believe it. He banged everyone, definitely, and afterward it came out he was banging the person with the enormous shape. It resembles some mystery. It's continued for all eternity. He goes, yet it's nothing, it's for the most part where folks hang out. Basically, Rogan is guaranteeing there is a far and wide culture of more established Hollywood men making the most of youthful male entertainers, compelling them into sexual connections. In the background, Puma composes dispersing claims, yet Rogan isn't not by any means the only one making these upsetting cases. Vocalist Panther Wright, who has knowledge industry information from her experience as a VAR and B recording craftsman, likewise blamed more seasoned Hollywood coaches for constraining youthful ability into peculiar sexual exercises, all the while assuming a pretense of aiding their vocations. Wright highlighted a particular illustration of entertainer Brewer Dim, who was guided almost immediately by Will Smith and his significant other Jada Pinkett Smith. As per Wright, Dim Need ran shouting from the Smiths' home because of the improper conduct he was purportedly constrained to partake in. And Wright words, they're both sexually unbiased. They do a ton of bizarre stuff in their home. There's young fellows emerging from their home shouting, running down the road. Wright contends that this example of more established couples utilizing their status to make the most of youthful entertainers is a loosely held bit of information in Hollywood. Upsetting. Kevin Spacey charges the allegations against Kevin Spacey that arose during the Me Too development appear to line up with the cases being made by Rogan and Wright. When entertainer Anthony Rapp approached in 2017 blaming Spacey for making lewd gestures towards him when he was just 14 years of age, numerous others started having comparable accounts of Spacey imploring on them as youthful entertainers. Large numbers of Spy's supposed male casualties say they were youthful entertainers when Spacey mishandled his situation as a laid-out entertainer to place them in compromised sexual circumstances. For instance, one man named Chris Nixon asserted he was simply 14 when Spacey endeavored to grab him while he was filling in as an extra on Place of Cards. This example of more seasoned guide figures in Hollywood taking advantage of their persuasions to make the most of the youthful male ability, expecting to excel holes straightforwardly onto what Rogan and Wright contended is occurring in the background across the business, prepping youthful stars for maltreatment. As per Joe Rogan, this unseemly conduct brings about a development of hatred and outrage in these youthful entertainers, which winds up curving their minds as they acquire status and clout. In the most natural sounding way for Rogan, could make it they becoming bad dreams since they need to rebuff individuals for such an extremely long time. They were uncertain for such a long time they weren't getting picked. Both Rogan and Wright contend that on the grounds that these young fellows have been forced or maneuvered toward unseemly connections. Without their assent, it breeds enduring injury and fury. As these youthful entertainers acquire power in the business, the previous maltreatment can then transform them into harsh despots on set attacking others. Because of their repressed outrage regarding being made the most of, this appears to be clear in the case of Burr Dim, who, in spite of early mentorship by the Smiths, wound up captured on different occasions for homegrown maltreatment, claims media outlet climate permits misuse media outlets, has frequently been condemned for empowering this thoughtful, improper way of behaving because of the colossal power, unevenness between laid-out Hollywood players and up-approaching entertainers frantic for their large breaks. Many contend that the relentless idea of the business leads weak, youthful entertainers to stay quiet about any unfortunate behavior, trusting it's the best way to propel their professions. This establishes the ideal climate for the sort of foundational ritualized misuse portrayed by Joe Rogan and Panther Wright for youthful gay entertainers. Particularly, there is pressure not to stand up for Farrah being exposed before they are prepared. This makes them considerably more defenseless to the manipulation of ruthless men entertainer Anthony Rapp's story. Quite possibly of the most conspicuous case that appears to affirm this example misuse is that of entertainer Anthony Rapp, known for his job in Lease, approached with claims against Kevin Spacey. In 2017, Rapp guarantees that back in 1986, when he was only 14 years of age, Spacey made improper lewd gestures towards him after a party in spite of the fact that Rapp dismissed Spacey's advances. He says he has needed to reside with the injury of that experience for quite a long time. As per Rapp, Spacey mishandled his situation as a more seasoned, more settled entertainer to attempt to make the most of Rapp when he was only a kid entertainer wanting to make it in Hollywood. Rapp makes sense of that the torrential slide of sexual maltreatment claims against Harvey Weinstein at last gave him the boldness to revolt against his own insight as a youthful teenager, designated by Hollywood Hunter Rapp's story appears to affirm the fundamental example of more seasoned men taking advantage of and prepping underage ability that Rogan and Wright contend has been quietly acknowledged in Hollywood for a really long time. Other youthful casualties stand up since Rapp approached other youthful demonstrations have additionally started sharing their own disturbing stories and encounters. For instance, Alex Weiner, known for Bill and Ted, uncovered that he was manhandled as a 11-year-old kid entertainer, saying, "I don't know about any young men in any pocket of media outlets that don't experience some type of savage conduct. It's anything but a protected climate." Charlie Carver from High Schooler Wolf additionally implied encountering offense, saying, "It's an honor show. I'm not an alien to it." This will ideally open up conversations about men in power elements. Overall, these sorts of stories loan trustworthiness to the idea that sexual offense against youthful male entertainers is considerably more boundless than generally recognized gay entertainers. Face added tension for gay entertainers in Hollywood. There is an additional layer of tension that makes it much harder to stand in opposition to provocation. Many concern that approaching forward will prompt being automatically exposed before they are prepared. Anthony Rapp has expressed that as a transparently gay entertainer, he feels an awareness of others' expectations to stand up against his encounters to assist with combating the disgrace endured by gay survivors of attack. Yet stories from last popular gay entertainers show why so many stay quiet looking for equity. While none of the denounced Hollywood figures have been sentenced in criminal court, the sheer volume of claims show a more extensive issue exists. Many are trusting this consideration will prompt a full free examination of sexual offense against youthful male entertainers to decide exactly the way that unavoidable it has been behind the captivating exterior of Hollywood men like Anthony Rapp, who have courageously approached have the right to have their accounts completely heard, assuming violations were carried out. Their culprits should be considered responsible regardless of how strong the times of dealing with youthful entertainers. Like new meat for Hollywood's machine needs to end, substantial advances should be taken to safeguard the up-and-coming age of male ability. Attempting to pursue their fantasies, male casualties have the right to have their voices heard and their injury